I reached the 5th grade in August of 2003. When I walked into my 5th grade classroom that year, I noticed many posters on the wall with words and math problems I had never seen before. When I returned to school for the first full week, Mrs. Young told my class, "Starting next week, I will assign a list of vocabulary words. The list of words will all relate to each other in some way. You will learn how to spell them correctly and what the words mean so you can use them in sentences. Every Friday, you will be tested on the words." I had never been good at writing or spelling words correctly. Even with teaching tips from my teachers like I before E except after C, I still seemed to reverse my letters. I came to school the following Monday, ready for my first list of vocabulary words. The list of words included gain, train, strain, chain, nail, trail, aim, paint, and quaint. When said together, they all flowed. All the words looked really short and easy to learn until I started to mix up my A's and I's and totally butchered the word quaint. For homework, every Monday we had to write the words 3 times each, Tuesday 4 times each, and on Wednesdays we had to write them in sentences. Already I was overwhelmed. With almost every other word I would switch up their A's and I's. Tuesday night was 4 times each, and as time went on, my spelling skills improved dramatically. When I wrote the words over and over again, I started to retain how to spell them accurately. I truly believe that the exercises I was assigned and the repetition were very helpful for my retention. On Wednesday, I had the hardest time creating sentences with the words we had been given. I would look over each word and their definition and try to think of a sentence. I had problems relating the words with their meanings. It is one thing to memorize the meaning of the word, but another thing to truly understand what that word means. Understanding the meaning allows you to build a meaningful sentence. On Thursday nights, my mom and I sat together at the dinner table and practiced with my vocabulary words. My mom would read aloud one of the words from the list. I would then write the word out both in cursive and in regular print. Lastly, I would form a sentence using that word. This pattern of studying I did with my mom helped me to better understand the vocabulary and got me prepared for the test to come. Having good study habits helped me to become a better student as well. On Friday, Mrs. Young had us all take out a sheet of loose-leaf, wide-ruled paper. The test began. She called out the first word, quaint. My heart dropped. This was the word I kept spelling incorrectly with the homework. I took a deep breath and started to write it out. Q, U, A, I, N, T. After we were all done with our test, she had a bin in the front of the class that we would go put our paper in face down. The following Monday, Mrs. Young placed the test face down on my desk and gave me a reassuring smile. I turned over the paper and saw a big, fat, red 100. The list got longer and so did the words. I got better at writing sentences, and over the course of that year, I had learned so many new words and their definitions. Following my 5th grade year, from 6th grade up to my senior year of high school, the English classes were given vocabulary books. They were little orange vocabulary workshop books that had a different level for every grade. I took what I had learned in the 5th grade and applied it to my new vocabulary words in the years to come. My vocabulary has grown tremendously ever since Mrs. Young's 5th grade class. This is evident through the grades I was able to achieve in middle school and in high school. While the habitual act of copying sentences and words was very tedious, it enabled me to develop some very valuable skills. My communication skills were improved by having a strong vocabulary, and my study habits were improved by the regular routines Mrs. Young had us do every week. One could conclude that Mrs. Young's weekly vocabulary exercises served as a very important cornerstone in my educational foundation.